Right, I've had to come to terms with the fact that I'm a dickhead. And I say things that piss people off, you know. I don't know what I said that annoyed my doctor, okay? But last time I went in there, and it was to ask her about getting a vasectomy. Now, normally when you say to your doctor you want a vasectomy, they ask you a few questions like, you know, are you sure? Have you had kids? Have you spoken to your wife about this? My doctor just looked me up and down and said, let's just pray we've got it in time. But another person you really shouldn't annoy is the person who's actually going to carry out your surgery. You know, when a man's about to stick various sharp implements into your gonads, you want to kind of keep them sweet. But couldn't manage that. Guy said to me, he gave me the whole rundown of the post-op and everything that was going to go on. And he said, do you have any questions? I said, just one. I said, does being that short help you do the operations, or is that just... Wasn't the right thing to say. And I'd already annoyed him because I was too childish to sit through his whole speech about the vasectomy without kind of laughing, you know. He's saying, about 2 weeks after the operation, you'll have to express into this cup. And I'm like... He's talking about wanking. And then it got worse. He said, and if you choose to express at home, you'll need to put the little pot in your pocket to keep it at body temperature while you drive to the clinic. And I'm like, spunky pocket. And then I thought, that's actually quite a cute name for a vagina. But the guy gave me no chance, because then he said, you know, if you go to the clinic to express your sample and you're having any trouble, then there are staff there that can give you help and advice. It's like, what kind of clinic is this? And then I remembered that my mother-in-law works there. And I started thinking, I don't know what's worse. Having my mother-in-law physically help me whack off, or having my mother-in-law giving me coaching and advice while I whack off. But I knew that I'd annoyed the surgeon, and I'll tell you why. You have a couple of injections each side when you have your vasectomy, for those that have had it, okay? And the first of the 2 injections feels like somebody stabbing like a sharp needle into your scrotum. And the second one is a little bit longer. Right, this one's intramuscular or intratesticular or something like that. And I said he was a little guy. Right? Now, if you've never been stabbed in the bollocks by a 4-inch needle by a midget taking a run-up, then let me tell you, it's not pleasant. I made a noise like, and God bless the nurses, they didn't laugh at that. You know, but I felt sorry for the nurses on a number of levels, because they were talking to me, you know, there's my sort of head up here. But you see, what they've done in order to prepare me for this operation is they've put those drapes on, you know, the little green drapes that have the windows cut out. So if you can imagine, if you were looking down at me on the table, it's a head, green, and then my cock and balls in a little frame. And let me tell you, ladies, my junk does not warrant framing. It's really not that impressive.